What's up, Jody? How's it going? Neo, how's it going? Jody, you trading gold? Gold is dangerous. Gold is dangerous. Looking at GJ here. GJ already fell a ton, though. Not sure if we'll see anything with GJ. At this point, we probably just need like some sort of retracement. You know, we've fallen pretty much since 5 a.m. this morning. Well, we started falling at 3 a.m. this morning, so it's about London open. And, you know, since then we have been dumping. We had this little retracement here. Could have caught an entry here to retest the lows that were formed here in London session and then ultimately continue down. That's probably what would have been the optimal trade on GJ for this morning. But just like we can see here, in my opinion, this would have been like the only opportunity to catch this. Other than this, you know, this would have been pretty large stop loss if you would have took an impulse entry as that low is broken right there. That would have been 25 pip stop loss, which I guess it's not, you know, that's not terrible, to be honest. You would have just taken an entry there. Stop loss would have been there and could have targeted this zone here, 919. So 30 pips or so, so it wouldn't have been too bad. Just looks a little bit more choppy on the 15-minute compared to 30-minute. And 30-minute just moved really clean down. Same with hourly. made sense on 4 hour too. We had this major rejection here. Once the low is broken, down we go. So line there, that's okay. So yeah, with GJ, pretty much just need to see how it's gonna move there. Like I said, some sort of support being formed, and then a resistance, maybe even a retrace up to here or something, and then come down. I think that would be like ideal, but who knows if that'll happen today, being that it's moved this far, this much. It's in this consolidation zone that we had in the past here. We might just see a repeat of that. So got to sit on your hands there with GJ. Gold, I don't like to trade gold. So yeah, I mean, if you guys have an analysis on gold that you want to look at, feel free to share it. But other than that, not a fan. But as far as trades for today, I did take a trade. So I ended up taking buys. It was like up here. And the reason that it was so high was because I was basically what happened is like I saw price create this high right here, which was pre-London. And then so I was expecting price to stay, above this level, but it came down here and closed below this support or this support area right here, and then rejected it super hard, closed above, and I was anticipating price to break the high right here, just like it did in this candle, and then from here continue up to test ultimately these highs that were created in pre-London. So that was kind of like the reasoning that I took that trade. And so basically what I did was I trailed my stop loss below the current candle, so it was like 24 pips or so. I was targeting up here, so it was like 56 pips or so. But the problem was that my entry was 164991. So yeah, my entry was like all the way up here, and basically what had happened is I saw like the break happen, and then price just jumped like 10 pips, and at the time that it jumped like 10 pips, I was pressing buy as well, and so it fucking jumped. It jumped 10 pips, and if I would have had my entry right here at the break of the high like I was anticipating, I would have just set my stop loss to where my entry was. And I pretty much would have just sat on my hands and let whatever happen. And in this case, it would have stopped me out at entry. It would have been a break-even trade. But because my entry was 10 pips above where I wanted it to be, it just freaking kept on going, or it rejected and ended up stopping me out, and obviously was a losing trade there. Now the other thing that I was looking at was ADP news. So price obviously came down here. We had strong rejection here, 15-minute close weak bullish. Next 15-minute broke the high, but it closed with little to no wick on the top right there. You can see that. Closed with little to no wick on the top right there. And so you can see that ADP, what happened was with the candle is we actually saw a wick down, and then it came up to break the high. So I was thinking that if it broke the high, it would continue up with respecting the low. But as you can see, this thing is just melting. It doesn't care about anything right now other than sells. So, yeah, interesting. Interesting moves here on GJ, to say the least. Wish I would have been able to play more of a part in this move, but unfortunately didn't work out. But we do have clean candle right here. So moving through this zone should be pretty smooth, probably down to here or so. But yeah, so nonetheless, surprised that we've moved this far on GJ. Neo, are you talking about this candle here? So if this candle closed below 163.537, for sure, would definitely be a break of the zone. Not sure if that's what you're referring to though. So this one, did close below. Yep. Okay, cool. That's what you're referring to. So yeah, it did close below. The one thing you got to be cautious with is there is this traffic right here. So if you do end up taking an entry as the low is broken right here, you just got to be mindful of this here, that we could see some rejection here. But with momentum, with how everything is moving right now, doesn't seem like that's going to be a problem, because it's breaking all lows. It's continuing down. Clean candle here on 4 hour to move through. Daily has broken the low now of yesterday's candle, so it's broken the high and the low of yesterday's candle. And yeah, looks like it's going to continue staying super bearish. Super bearish. By the way, if you're on the stream here, whether it's for watching the recording or the live, please give me a like on the stream. Please subscribe to the stream or to my channel. All the love is appreciated. But yeah, so I think optimal entry to catch this move down would have really been on the 30-minute. So, I try to come to the charts, 6:30 a.m. Eastern or so, and then I'll trade until 9:30 or so, so the next 45 minutes or so, and then I'll hop off. But I was up at this time when I saw price drop down here, and now, in hindsight, we can look at this as, this was up here, this was, obviously, what the hell? Up here, this was obviously, a very, very, very strong resistance. We came up here, rejected, came up here, rejected, came up here, rejected 3 times. So to anticipate price to continue up after this strong bullish close doesn't really make the most sense, just because we saw all of these rejections here. So it's already rejected 3 times. Is it going to go and try and retest it again a 4th time? No, we can probably just anticipate it to continue bearish just like it had moved. So looking at that, if I would have had that into account, which probably just kind of comes down to the fact that I was like looking at this from my phone, so I didn't really see these past rejections. I was just looking at clean candles down, strong bullish close. If it breaks a high, we should continue up, and that didn't happen. So now that we're looking at this, we can look at it as price came down, created a low, came down, formed a support, and then ultimately a resistance to go down and retest those lows. And then from there, volume just carried through and it's continued down. So it makes perfect sense as to how you could have caught the move, basically with something like this, where you would have waited for this 30-minute candle to close bearish. You would have had stops. You could do either above the previous high, which, as you can see, 34 pips, that's a little high, or you could do it above the current high, which is much, better, 6 pips. You could even just do it like 10 pips, just to give it some breathing room if need be. But ultimately would have been targeting, this area here, 22 pips, clean range to move down, and then ultimately down here to 163.914, and as it's continued to come. So that would have been the ideal move to catch, in my opinion, that I should have waited for to happen. Oops, didn't mean to do that. So now, keep in mind we got like 9 minutes until 30-minute candle closes. 15 minutes also going to close. 1 hour is going to close, and then 4 hours also going to close in the next 9 minutes. So if we close below 163.537 area, definitely makes perfect sense to continue bearish. If it closes in this zone right here, we might just see range for the rest of New York, London close, stuff like that. But if we can close below, we can definitely, expect this range to be filled down to 162.838. Uh, 30-minute close below 163.600. 63600. Yeah, down here, see, my only problem with down here was just at this point, price had moved bearish for so long. What's the probability that it's going to continue bearish? To me, it's like a 50-50 at that point. So yeah, no, I definitely agree. Like I was looking at it pretty much as it came through all these zones in the past. I had all of these marked up. So I had this marked up, I had this marked up, and then obviously this. And pretty much like that's what I was thinking as it came into all these zones. And you can see this one, this candle here, rejected both of these zones pretty hard, closed above. And then, obviously wick fill continued down, rejected again. Wick fill continued down, rejected again. So every time it was doing these rejections, I was thinking, okay, cool. Now we might be able to anticipate a turnaround at this point. Just because price keeps entering these past support levels, these past rejection areas, and retracing, which as we can see on the 15-minute, it just created a lot of chop. So not a lot of confirmations there. So really had to rely on 30 minutes. So with that said, that's why I think up here, this trade here would have been really the only and the best option for today's session. Just because other than that, there's really no confirmations on 30-minute on the 30-minute charts here. Just because obviously, whoops, didn't mean to delete that. Just because obviously, we just printed bearish. So we'll see, we can see now it's rejecting this area again, these wicks, these past wicks down here. 15-minute is currently bullish, rejecting, and this is where we had, this last kind of trouble zone. So it makes sense. Overall, good to see this volume though, good to see this volume in the market. A lot of opportunities, things like this will always play out. They will always happen. It's just about catching them and seeing how you can execute in the future. Gold here. Moving up, got some rejection areas here though. Got to be mindful of that. Good candle structure here on the 15-minute though. I like that. Hour is printing sideways. 4-hour big rejection. Definitely looks like we're going to start seeing some bullish movement here on gold. So let's actually let's break this down. So 4-hour, if we look at 4-hour on gold, we pretty much have like those two zones. On the hourly, kind of same thing that I was just explaining there on GJ here with the hourly. We have rejection, 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 and then crash down. And now we're kind of in this in the flip side. We have rejection and rejection. So we can, move this up here, and then we can also look at that right there on the hourly. Yeah, so what I would probably want to see here is, price close above 17.1504, something like that there, and we get some sort of bullish movement to 17.24, 90 pips or so. That's a good move. Good move to catch there on gold if it can play out. But kind of in this range there first. Let's see. Let's see, keyboard shortcuts. What? Oh, perfect. Let's see, chart. What I'm trying to do is, there we go, measuring. Hold. Oh, wow, beautiful. Sounds good, Neo. Appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, so candle close above 163.357 here. Interesting. Strong rejection there on that. That means 15 minutes bullish. Already broken the high. Would not take buys here. And the reason that I wouldn't take buys here is because 15-minute closed with a weak top candle here, or a weak, didn't close with a large wick here. So you can see that wick there on the 15 minutes very weak. And then within the first, like 5 seconds of the new candle, we broke the high already. So I wouldn't take an entry there. I wouldn't take a buy there. What I would probably look for, honestly, is I'd wait for a 30-minute close bullish, and then I would look for buys. A 30-minute bullish close, and then buys would probably make more sense. Man, that's a strong 4-hour candle there. But yeah, this could be just the top wick to continue down. So I've also seen this happen a lot, where 30-minute will, or I mean 15, or any time frame really, candles will come down, create a low, form some sort of weak bullish candle, high will be broken. You will think that that's a good time to enter buys, but in reality, because this is a downtrend, it's not the best time. Not to mention wicks very small on the top side, so we could just see this being the top wick here, and then just rejection down. If we break the low here, right there, if we break that low, then we should just continue down, probably down to this next zone, 162,800 or so, which would be 50 pips or so. So it wouldn't be a bad move. Bavik, hope I pronounced that right. No man, I don't really trade gold. Do have it marked up here, so if you were to take gold, in my opinion, you could look at this, and based on price action, you would say, okay, cool. If the high is broken here at 17.14, we could trail stop loss below the current candle's low. Right now that'd be 17, 18, 19 pips or so. That'd be great. The problem is this is only like a 5 pip range to the next zone here. So if you're trading gold, I would anticipate a break and close above 17.15 to continue north. And I just kind of broke this down a second ago. You can see we have this resistance right here. Clean candles here, though, above. So in my opinion, you can anticipate price to continue north. H1 closed nice bullish here. H1 is printing sideways, but it did close higher than the past candles. As you can see, close higher than this one, close higher than this one. So we could probably anticipate a lower wick being formed. Who knows how far it's going to go down, and then price breaking the high, and then probably throughout the next couple of candles maybe continue up to 17.24 or so. So that's kind of like what I'm thinking should play out on gold. Like I said, I don't actively trade gold, just look at the chart here and there, but GJ is all I need. But Bavik, that's what I'm thinking for gold. Also with 4-hour 2, we had huge rejection here. I've seen this happen a lot, where when candles break the low of the previous candle, like it did here, and it continues down, and you can see we entered into rejection zone in the past, and then it just shot up, rejected super hard. So what I would probably anticipate here on gold is exactly what I was talking about, buys. And we can basically just think that, okay, cool, 4-hour just started, so we'll probably see some sort of bottom wick here, maybe come down to here, and then just continue up to the north end here to test the highs that were created. What's that? This was yesterday, about a day ago. So Bavik, that's what I'm thinking there on gold. If you have an analysis, a chart, feel free to send it in. I'd love to review your thoughts as well. But as you can see, my reminder here, I do not trade this pair. But this candle structure does look good to take buys. Typically, I would take a buy, at the break of the high. I love when candles print like this, where it's, bullish, bearish, bullish. I love that. I've even taken buys, like entries, like as soon as the high of the previous bearish candle is broken. Just in this case, if this wasn't here and we had just this range to fill, directly up, then that would have been a perfect entry in my opinion on gold. But the reason that we probably didn't see this continue is because we have this rejection zone here in the past. So that's why we need to see break and close above. Bavik, good to see, or good to see that you have the same idea too, man. Yeah, so now we can see GJ is kind of doing what I was talking about, where we have a weak bullish candle. It broke the high, and if it breaks a low here, or just if this 15-minute closes bearish and then the next one breaks a low, or if this one just continues down to break the low, I think we will continue bearish there on GJ as well. I'm not going to take any more trades for today though. Already took my trade and comfortable with where we're at on the day. And that's why I don't think this buy was a good idea right here on the break of the high, because of this resistance. As we can see, we got a nice rejection here. We might continue down southward. So gold is a mad man or woman. Not sure which one it is, but it's a mad one. GJ, the lows are broken here. I think this bad boy is going down. 30 pip stop loss. Don't like it. At this point too, you got 5 minutes left in the candle. I probably just want to see this 15-minute candle close. If it closes bearish, then I think that it can continue down at the break of the low of the next candle. I think that would be a really good trade. So we'll wait and we'll see. We'll see if we can get a 15-minute close below here. Below here. I'm going to put a line there just so we know. Yep, this is exactly the opposite of what I was looking at here. So bullish, bearish, bullish. On GJ here, we're looking at bearish, bullish, bearish. But 4 minutes left until candle closes. You'll want to wait until that happens if you're going to execute on this trade. I can assure that. I can assure you're going to want to wait. I can assure that. Two minutes.
You want to take Tony on a quick stroll with me?
No, I can't. One minute. This is exactly the close I would want to see here. Exactly the close I would want to see. Should see price come down to 162,900, maybe even further. Would like to see a wick on it though. If it closes with no wick, probably not going to be the best. No wick. No wick, no trade. No wick, no trade. Should continue down, but personally wouldn't execute here. No lower wick. No lower wick. But if, we have a top wick created on this 15 minute and then we continue to break the low, should continue down. Should continue down. Your gold here doesn't seem to be doing anything too great. Want to see if GJ is going to play out here. Like I said, I'm not executing on this myself, but just want to see how it moves. The low's broken now. I think it should continue down here. I think GJ should continue down. looks good, looks good. So that previous 15-minute no wick is a little cautious. But everything's screaming bearish. Bearish above words. Or beyond words, I think is the statement. Gold, probably gonna range. Maybe we see a little bump on gold for NYSE, but we're probably gonna range there. Second half of the 15-minute candle. Coming into the 30-minute candle close. We're coming into New York Stock Exchange open. Let's see what the hell happens here. Doesn't seem to be that GJ is going to make that move. But on 30-minute, if it closes below 163.537, should continue bearish there on GJ. No trades for me. No more trades for me, though. Gold. Still going to want to see something above 17.15.04 for buys. For sells, probably want to see something below here, 17.10. But got to keep in mind on gold, H1 is just printing barcode sideways. So probably pretty dangerous on gold to trade really in this complete range here. Yeah. It's a big range though. It's a big range. 76 pips or so. Printing sideways in there though on H1. Just screams danger in my mind. Four minutes till NYSE open. Oh yeah, there goes GJ. It's moving. It's moving. 14 pips or so. Like I said, I do think it should continue. I think GJ should continue. My concern here was no wick on the 15-minute. No bottom wick on the 15-minute. Did give me a little concern, but just as mentioned, I did say that, if we could see a top wick formed and then price to come down and break that low right there, 163, 325, we could expect it to continue down. But you just want to be cautious here. You just want to, if this was me, if I was in this, I would definitely set stops above the current high. So my stop loss would be like right here. Right there would be my stop loss. And I would anticipate price to continue down, just like it is doing. Yeah, and based on this trade too, honestly, I think just based on 30-minute, considering the 30-minute low is going to be broken at that point, H1 low is going to be broken at that point, 4-hour low is going to be broken at that point. The daily low was actually broken at that point too, so we have a lot of lows being broken at that point. So, I mean, just based on that, in my opinion, this, in hindsight, looking at this with no wick, sure, a little dangerous, but as we can see, just the higher confirmations across time frames, ultimately has pushed it. But cool, so I would anticipate GJ to continue down. Can't believe it moved that much during this session, to be honest. With really no confirmation on anything other than this one little move here to the downside. I think that would have been really the only confirmation. So hope you guys have a good rest of your day, depending on where you're located. Please give me a like on the stream. Please give me a subscribe on my channel. And as we can see, I thought GJ was going to break the low right there and continue down. But as we can see, GJ is probably going to continue bearish. Gold I wouldn't trade in this box here. So if you've taken a trade, great. If you haven't taken a trade, be cautious. Lose less if you're going to take a loss. Catch you on the next one. Should be live tomorrow, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Adios.